Both parties are begging voters to get to ballot box, sending out their big guns in the form of President Donald Trump and former President Barack Obama to rally the faithful as polls show Democrats leading in House races, and the focus turns to the Senate. It's tight. It's going to depend on voter turnout on Election Day. Democrat enthusiasm is definitely there. We are seeing that in the early voting, Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel said on ABC's This Week. New polls out on Sunday show Democrats leading on the generic congressional ballot, confirming Republican fears they could lose control of the House of Representatives in Tuesday's midterm election. Several independent political prognosticators also are predicting Democrats win the lower chamber. Democrats need to pick up 23 seats for victory. An NBC News Wall Street Journal poll has Democrats up by 7 points on the generic congressional ballot, while an ABC News Washington Post poll has Democrats up by 8%. Those predictions are turning the focus onto the Senate, where 9 incumbent Democrats are running in states Trump won in 2016. This is the toughest political map any one party has faced in 60 years, Van Hollen said, adding, "We do have a path. It is a very narrow path." President Trump has gone all in for his party in a midterm election that will be seen as referendum on his presidency. New Fox poll shows a 40% approval rating by African Americans for President Trump, a record for Republicans. "Thank you, a great honor," he tweeted. Share this article. Share the president's focus over the last week of the election has been on boosting his party's chances to hold the Senate. The upper chamber can act a firewall against a Democratic-controlled House, which will give Republicans a trifecta of problems: investigations into the Trump administration, subpoenas of officials, and stifling the GOP agenda. The president's final 6-day, 11 rally push has focused on states he won with tight Senate contests: Tennessee, Missouri, Montana, Indiana, and Ohio. "The map looks very good to us," said Republicans and Tom Tillis on Fox News Sunday of his party's chances of hanging on to control of the upper chamber. The president is also focused on helping some gubernatorial candidates, particularly in Florida and Georgia, where 2 black candidates top their respective Democratic tickets and are trying to become the first African Americans to lead their states. To counter him, Democrats have brought in Obama to campaign. Trump ripped into Florida's Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum at a rally in Pensacola on Saturday, saying he would ruin the state that I live in. Trump tore into Gillum, who holds a narrow polling lead in the governor's race, as a socialist, and said Tallahassee, where Gillum is mayor, was one of the worst cities in the country. The president also called the Democratic mayor not equipped to be governor. Obama was in Miami on Friday with Gillum, where he endorsed his candidacy and gently chided the hecklers. "Why is it that the folks that won the last election are so mad all the time?" he said. "When I won the presidency, at least my side felt pretty good." Georgia's gubernatorial contest, where Democratic gubernatorial nominee Stacey Abrams is vying to become the nation's first black female governor, has been a bastion of star power. Trump will be in Macon on Sunday for Republican candidate Brian Kemp, and Pence campaigned for him on Thursday. Abrams, meanwhile, had Oprah campaigning for her on Thursday and Obama on Friday. Pence, who was in Georgia the same time as Winfrey, mocked the megastar's campaign appearance. "I'd like to remind Stacey and Oprah and Will Ferrell, I'm kind of a big deal too," he said. "This ain't Hollywood. This is Georgia. But Winfrey, in her endorsement of Abrams, focused much of her plea on the get out the vote message. "We are all equal in power at the polls," she said. "We have this incredible opportunity to make history. We have our inalienable right to vote because the place where we are all equal is, where is it? At the polls. I'm here today because I know you know that. I came to remind you of the power. I'm here because I want you to remind others of the power," Winfrey noted as the crowd roared. For anybody here who has an ancestor who didn't have the right to vote, and you are choosing not to vote wherever you are in this state or this country, you are dishonoring your family, she said. Honor your legacy and honor your right to citizenship in this, which is the greatest country in the world, she rallied the crowd. Both sides are hitting the get out the vote message hard, and either in early voting or on election day, people are responding, with early voting numbers at record highs. Thus far, 34.3 million people have participated in early voting this year, and, in 2014 midterm 27, 2 million people voted early overall, according to the United States Election Project. And the numbers are up in states with competitive contests: Florida, which has competitive Senate and gubernatorial races; Texas, where Democratic rising star Beto O'Rourke is trying to unseat GOP Sen. Ted Cruz; and in Georgia, where the governor's race is neck and neck. "Everything comes down to turnout," Van Hollen said on Meet the Press, "and we've got more than 7 Senate races that are down to the wire."